prevention expert, here with some really valuable and timely advice. Gabriella, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, this is a really personal subject matter to you.
Yes, it is, because I was bullied most of my life because I stood out. I was born in Pakistan, spent most of the first 3 years as a toddler in an orphanage there, and then was one of the lucky ones that got out and got adopted into Europe. But once in Europe, I stood out, and everyone was white and blonde and blue-eyed because it was Holland.
And this has led you to study bullying, cyberbullying, the impacts, and ultimately develop this program, which is really threefold to stop bullying in its tracks. Can we talk about that first?
Absolutely.
You know, the first component of the program.
The first component of the program is that the bystander needs to become an active witness. Parents, educators, and the children especially, because they see everything. We have to step it up a notch. We cannot be scared.
Absolutely.
That's the biggest component, is fear.
And the second kind of part of your three-step program.
And the second part is recognizing the signs. And the signs are really difficult because, first of all, as a parent, we hope that it goes away. But the child hopes it goes away. And then we have another phenomena, is that a child comes home and says to the parents, and this is especially for boys, oh, I've been bullied, and then the father often says, toughen it up a little bit, and then the child doesn't talk anymore.
Before we go on to the third component, it's right there on your screen too, plan and intervention, but I want to know, what are some of those signs, aside from a child actually coming home and saying, yes, I'm being bullied, what are some of the signs that it's happening?
I think there are two signs. For some of the cases, I've noticed many times that there is an isolation. The child used to participate within the structure of the school or extracurricular programs, and then suddenly doesn't. That's one. I also think, and this is really big for the parents, they're more and more on those smartphones, much more than they were before, because they're communicating nonstop, trying to defend themselves.
Sure, so kind of you dive into those smartphones and you withdraw from the personal contact.
Yes.
Let's talk about step 3 too, plan and intervention. You hear even a word like intervention and it sounds scary. How do you approach that? How do you plan an intervention, especially when it deals with children?
It is scary, but it's also very, very effective. The problem is always the same. We don't have time, apparently, to do this, but there should be time because we can save lives. Before it escalates between a bully and the victim, the teachers often know who's who.
And what happens during this intervention,
In the intervention, we, instead of being aggressive, what we often do, and stigmatize the bully and punish, we talk. So we talk in front of the victim. What makes you so sad? What is happening to you as a human being? And you see a total shift in personality because the bully actually says, oh my gosh, someone actually is asking me instead of punishing me.
Sure, asking you directly. Gabriella, before I let you go, I need to ask you too, where can people go to learn more about your background in this, your studies in this, and your three-step program? Where should we go?
If you go to my website, GabriellaVanRij.com, my number is there. I come and talk to every school, every community center, churches. I've talked to bullies personally that actually would really like to solve the problem sometimes too.
And we do have it posted too right now on our website, ABC Action News. Gabriella, thank you so much for